I did some research and found out this information I'm about to tell you. I know that not long after slavery, two of the Bolin brothers, Albert and James, whom they called Jim, got into the lumber business, a very lucrative business in Louisiana during this time. I know that the lumber business was growing so fast that Will and his family moved here to Tallulah. James and his brother, Albert, heard of a new lumber mill built just 82 miles north of them in Tallulah, so they convinced their father and packed their bags. Not long after arriving there, Albert fell madly in love with a young lady named Catherine Wilson from Camac, Louisiana. James was furious, not because he hated Wakatilians but because he feared for his brother's life, for this was a time when Anacotis couldn't marry Wakatilians. You could abuse them but not fall in love with them. Albert's skin was white, so he was white. If they had known he was Irish, they wouldn't have a problem with it. They shot first, then asked questions later back then. He paused. It's about DNA and not skin color now, so happens, that same DNA contains that same color. As I was saying, out of frustration, old James moved to Jackson, Mississippi, and Albert stayed here and bought up 99 acres of land, moving into a farm in the middle of Tallulah away from the public's eye, and married Catherine. They had 12 children. Samuel held up his fingers as he counted. 6 boys, David, Albert Jr., Doyle, Willie, Johnny, and Jimmy, and 6 girls, Thelma, Bertha, Geraldine, Catherine, Mary Sue, and Albertine Bolin. Remember, they didn't have tribes or clans back then, but since they weren't slaves, they brought their last names with them from Ireland. Samuel took a long deep sigh as he leaned back. Woo! As years passed, Albert's son, Willie, and Sam Reynolds' daughter, Mary, got married, and had 3 children, Willie Jr., there goes another one. Damn, was there any other names than Will, William, and Willie back then? Shouted Samuel. On top of that, Bill is short for William. As he started laughing, he continued. Anyways, they also had a daughter named Annette and a son named Larry. Mary later married and had 3 more daughters with Melvin Harrison. Melinda, Darlene, and Tammy. Larry married Deke, and they had Justin. Justin had Ajani during the race war of 2025. Cush interrupted, ooh, I know this part. Ajani had Alenia, Alenia had Namito, Namito had Kisama, Kisama had Bandile, Bandile had Bokamoso. Samuel smiled as Cush continued. Chayton had Magi, Magi had Ataian, Ataian had Elun. Samuel stopped him. No, not Elun, but Elon, and Elon had Atu, Atu had Ahanu, Ahanu had Mfo, Mfo had Labanzi. Together Samuel and Cush finished the family tree, but Cush stopped at Ease, but Samuel helped him. Ease had Tablita and Tablita had Liberte, whose name was changed by Sabaoth to Wanyanyekavu.